Hey everybody, welcome back to another video building the King's Mountain Castle here at Brick Monarch. As you can see here, I'm working on the second section of the gatehouse. I've broken the gatehouse into three parts. Back over there in the right hand corner you can kind of see the first floor of the third section. Right now I'm just laying in the floor where the crank is going to be for the drawbridge. And what I like to do typically when I'm building out some rooms and some detail, I like to get a position for everything that's going to be in the room, and then I start building my floor design around that the best that I can. And right now I'm just laying in some stone, some rough stone above the gatehouse walkway there to support the drawbridge cranks. As you can see there, I'm starting to place the cranks in. I did do a couple of different designs on this, but I just needed a really good visual in there. It kind of showed the, how the crank would be constructed in real life. And just tossing the chains around, wrapping it up. And then we are going to change views here in just a second. And I'm going to place the wood floor across the top. And there we go. Now on the floors, the wood floors especially, what I like to do is I like to use the dark brown, the reddish brown, and the dark orange. And I start with I've got like a 15% to 15% to 70%. 15% on both the dark brown and dark orange, and then the other 70% is filled in with the reddish brown. So what I do is I take the 1x4 dark brown tiles and I place those sporadically to where they look like they're just random planks. And then I follow up with the dark orange, and I place some dark orange in there to give it some contrast. And then I start to place in the reddish brown. And when I start with the reddish brown, I like to work from the largest tile to the smallest. So I'll fill in the 1x8 tiles, the 1x6 tiles, 1x4, 1x3, 1x2, and then finally the 1x1s filling in the spaces. And so far, the end result is phenomenal. I really like the color and the color definition and the dramatic changes between the colors in the wood floor. It looks great, I think. I mean, obviously that's my opinion, but and then the stone floor there where the cranks are. I use the mix of the dark tan, dark bluish gray, and light bluish gray. I'm trying to incorporate some of the dark tan because I've chosen the dark tan for my mountain base color. So I'm assuming that building this castle on the dark tan mountain, they would have used some of that rock to formulate some stone tiles for the flooring. So I plan on incorporating that throughout, just to kind of like tie it together, I guess, with the terrain. And as you can see here, I'm just jumping in here and building up the walls piece by piece. I did have some sort of a plan going into this, but it's not a full-on box of instructions to build. So I'm literally going piece by piece, and then I kind of mix and match a little bit of stuff. I move doors back and forth around, and I change things on the walls, and I'm changing position of some elements that may be sitting in the rooms and whatnot. And I know that a lot of people, when they're building, they just kind of free build and just kind of start at one point and just kind of finish at another. And that's how you end up with issues with, crenellations not working properly, and, the right measurement. You get an odd stud in there somewhere, and it kind of messes up your whole thing. And when you're building something this scale, it's good to have a plan. So I based the entire measurements off of this castle, off the crenellations. because I didn't want to break up a crenellation. I wanted all the crenellations to be the 4 studs wide. You know, we got the small and the big one has the arrow loop. So I'm going on a ratio here of counts of 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, et cetera, et cetera. So each section is built on a 16. So I've got 4, 4, 4, 4. And then, you know, going across, it's all based on 4s. So I can use the 1x6x2 arches. Each of the rooms are approximately 16 studs wide. So I can do 4s in there. And I can use the 1x16 brick for floor supports, making it easy, you know. And a lot of the rooms have the wood floors on the higher floors, so I'm running the 1x16 in reddish brown. So it's like the wood timbers that would be supporting, you know, the floor joists basically that support the floors. So I run those across, and it makes for a good support system. A lot of trials in this build for sure. But I am thoroughly enjoying spending hours on end building this giant castle. And just skipping ahead, we're going to slide this beast together, and you can kind of see that's the second section of the gatehouse. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss future content.